Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are at a different location. We are at my masjid. Oh, period. The sun is hitting. Anyway, so as you can see from the title, there are 75 days until Ramadan. So just as much as we do like a 75 hard for our gym, we do the winter arc. I am doing a 75 hard lock-in Ramadan edition. So these are my rules and you can tweak it as you like. You can add, take away, whatever you want to do to it, but I'm just going to break down, what we can do to be getting the most out of Ramadan, inshallah. Guys, when I tell you, I have been trying to make this video for 50 minutes now. To be honest, I was like, bro, 11 a.m. at the masjid, like, it's not going to be busy. It's not 11 a.m., it's 2 p.m. now. But I came at 1. I was like, oh, it's not going to be busy. Everyone comes for the prayer. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, the house of Allah is filled. What can I say? Anyways, my teeth look mad white. It's probably the filter because they're not usually this color. Anyways, so yeah. First on my list is I can't even begin to express how important this is, but purifying your intentions. Okay, so there's a hadith. I'm gonna read it. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Actions are according to intentions, and everyone will get what was intended. Whoever migrates with the intention for Allah and His Messenger, the migration will be for the sake of Allah and His Messenger. And whoever migrates for the worldly gain or to marry a woman, then his migration will be for the sake of whatever he migrated for." So, um, I'm not really going to go into the story because I think I'm going to quote it wrong, but I do know the story about the man who migrated to marry a woman, and then this hadith came out because he thought he was getting the reward of migration, but really his intention was to migrate for a woman and not for the sake of Allah. So that's just like, it's really, really, really important that your intention to do everything you're doing, your work, your gym, your hobbies, helping people, like trying to get closer to Allah, like literally the smallest thing, eating healthy, should be for the sake of Allah. And when it's for the sake of Allah, you get the edge that you're sacrificing for the sake of Allah. So we really want to make sure that our intentions are pure and are for the sake of Allah so that we can get the best and the most out of Ramadan. A small example that I'm thinking of is, like, for example, someone who wants to pray 20 rakas of Taraweeh every single day. Are they praying those 20 rakas for the sake of Allah, or are they praying it so that people can be like, oh, look at her, she prays 20 rakas every single day, she's here every single day, she cleans the masjid after the 20 rakas, she's always at the masjid, right? Like, why are we doing what we're doing? And one thing always ask myself is, like, would I still do it if no one knew? Would you still show up the way you show up? Would you still pray 20 rakas? Would you still clean the masjid, whatever it is, would you still do that if nobody knew? And it's something as small as, like, would you still go to the gym if nobody knew you went to the gym, right? Like, make sure everything you're doing is for the sake of Allah so that you can get that reward that you're doing it for the sake of Allah. And then this kind of ties into, like, what you want your Ramadan to look like. But we really, really, if you really want your Ramadan to be a change in your lifestyle rather than just like a special month, you really have to set goals. Set goals, set up a system, set up a routine. Like, nobody goes into anything blindly without a routine, without goals, without, a system, a timeline, a time blocking. Like, just like you would do for if you have the bar exam, for example. Are you just going to study a week before? No, you're going to set up a study schedule. You're going to have an accountability partner. You're going to have a system that works for you. When do you study? When do you sleep? When do you eat? When do you, whatever it is. So we really want our Ramadan to change our life. So we have to be realistic on what we want our goals to be. Something that, obviously, I have very personal goals, but like a lot of my simple goals that I want to put into, or like that I want in my lifestyle. Obviously, I want to do this throughout Ramadan, but I'm also going to be doing this throughout the 75 days until Ramadan. Is something like sitting and making sure I do the dhikr after the prayer. Like, not exposing my own sins or anything like that, but like, I do usually just get up and then go on about my day. And especially if you have a busy day or you have things throughout your day, it can be hard to like take that extra 5, 7 minutes and sit down and make sure you do your dhikr. So it can be something as small as that, and then it can be something like making sure you read the Quran every single day, making sure you're cutting out music, making sure you cut out that bad friend. We're gonna go into all those details, but really narrow down on what you want your like what you want your goals to look like, so that you know what you want your Ramadan to be and to look like, and that it's more of a lifestyle and it changes your lifestyle. Now it's a habit to read Quran every single day. Now it's a habit to listen to Quran when you're driving and all these things. So something else that's a bit controversial, but it's not controversial, is music. Music is haram and everyone knows it, but a lot of people, yani, subhanallah, like to justify it in some ways, but we know music is haram. So if you're somebody who listens to music at the gym, like doing the work now so that it's easier to cut out the music throughout Ramadan, and then it becomes a habit and it's in your lifestyle. So if you go to the gym 4 days a week, try 2 out of those 4 days to cut out music. I also like majority of the time I don't listen to anything when I'm at the gym because it just overstimulates me and I'm like, bro, my brain needs a break. But it can be like when you're driving, when you're going on a walk, when you're whatever it is. Like it can and even when I work night shift, obviously there's always music playing, so it's literally always in my head. But as I was saying, if you're going to the gym 4 days out of the week, cut out music 2 days out of that. And then the next it'll become three. And then the next you'll khalas. It will be a habit. You've cut out music. If you're driving somewhere, if it's like a 10, 15 minute drive, don't bother putting something on. Just don't. If it's a long drive, like have an accountability partner, I would say, and making sure you're not listening to music on that drive, or you're listening to something else, or I'm not a huge fan of podcasts, but you're listening to a podcast, you're listening to an audiobook, whatever it is. This is very like easier said than done, which I know for a fact because I've struggled with it myself, but it is 100% possible. And if on one of your lists, it's on one of your lists of your goals is to cut out music, then you need to do the work now, because I can assure you, if you're listening to music the day before Ramadan comes, are you going to be able to cut out music for 30 days? Like you want to be able to not do that at all during Ramadan. So if you slip up now, let it be within these 75 days and not in Ramadan. Okay, another one that is again a bit controversial, but actually it's not controversial, but like it is. Surrounding yourself with the right people. So this one is huge, especially in Ramadan, because we never I wouldn't say never, but we can sometimes really find it hard to catch ourselves in the act and then reflect after we do the act. So a little backstory about me, about 2 3 years ago, I used to have this huge friend group during Ramadan, and if any of if any of the people that were in my friend group are watching this right now, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. But like we were like the friend group of the masjid. Like everyone knew we had a group chat of like 20 people. We would always be together. Like who's gonna tarawih, who's staying for this long, who's let's go out for iftar, let's go this, let's go that. And I'm like not saying it's a bad thing, but sometimes when you're surrounding yourself with people who aren't on the same journey or set of goals, or they're just in Ramadan because it's Ramadan, but they're not trying to, make the best out of Ramadan or let it change your life, that can really influence you because you're surrounded by all these people. And not speaking bad or ill of anyone at all, but we all know that like if there's three smokers, if there's two smokers, you're gonna be the third. If there's three liars, you're gonna be the fourth. Like everyone knows that. So if these people and friends that you surround yourself with are always gossiping, they're always talking about boys, they're like, okay, let's say 20 rakah so we can see the guys leave, or um okay, my thoughts were just literally all over the place, so I had to regroup. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, so making sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people, because they will influence you. So if these people aren't, for example, cutting out music as well as as well as you're trying to cut out music, aren't you going to get influenced to continue listening to music if you're surrounding yourself with these people? Another one, this is the one that I was saying is a bit controversial, is like big iftars, big suhoors, big gatherings. I'm not saying in any shape or form have a lonely Ramadan. I'm just saying make sure when you're having these events and gatherings and surrounding yourself with these people, that they're the people that are on the same level as you. So that, for example, in these big iftars, you're not surrounded by people who are gossiping, or you had these big iftars, and then there's music playing on the way to go get ice cream or coffee or matcha or whatever it is. Another one is missing tarawih because, oh, there's so many girls, let's play cards, let's play this, let's do that, and then nobody goes to tarawih. Tarawih is not a fard, obviously, but you don't want to, be surrounding yourself with these people because slowly, 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 come 20 days, we're past the halfway mark. You're going to be khalas, chilling, Ramadan's over, it's all good. You know what I mean? So that's a really big one. And I think it's for sure possible to do right now in the 75 days because if you know that this girl is a gossiper and you see her every single day at uni or school or whatever it is, you can try to cut her out now so that in Ramadan it's not coming to her or you as a shock. If you have to avoid her a day, if just or again, just tell her, just be like, hey, you gossip a lot and I'm trying to stop gossiping. End of story. Again, that can be a little hard. I'm not a very what's the word? Confrontational person. So if you just have to distance, no matter how long I charge my phone for, it will always die. That's because I'm always taking videos. Anyway, so yeah, moving on from the surrounding yourself with the right people. Again, I think this is very self-explanatory and everyone knows it. It's a very important part and aspect of your life. And if you want Ramadan to change your lifestyle, then you have to be making these habits right now, and setting these goals and being realistic. Another one on my list is caffeine cutout. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but you know, as someone who drinks a lot of coffee, I wouldn't say I'm addicted to caffeine because there are days where I don't, drink coffee and I'm still pushing through. But there are people who like it affects them and they get a headache and they can't function and this and this and this, and it's because it's just like such a routine and they're like addicted. But yeah, like, if you go to uni every single day and on your way to work, you're like, you grab a coffee, you're getting a latte, whatever it is, it's in your routine, so cutting that out randomly for 30 days straight, um, can definitely be difficult and will affect you very harshly in the first couple of days, so I would say, like, just kinda gradually and slowly cut it out within the 75 days that we're doing right now. And that can just be like, if you go to work 5 days a week, skip it 1 week, skip it 2 days the other week. Like, it's very easy, I would say. It's just something that will definitely make your Ramadan easier, and it won't make you, like, really frustrated or angry or headache or sleepy, or so that definitely you can take advantage of the first couple of days, and it doesn't take you, like, a week to adjust that you're not having coffee for the next 30 days. Those are, like, my top ones on my list. Other ones are very, I would say, do's and don'ts of Ramadan. I don't know, like, it really just depends on every single person and how different they are, like, I wouldn't say this one's controversial, but, like, boys, I don't know, like, I don't care about guys and I couldn't care less about them, but if you're someone who, like, goes to the masjid because you know that he's gonna be there and you wanna see him, or he stays 20 rakahs, so you're staying 20 rakahs, or, like, another one is, like, a lot of girls, this one resonates a lot to me, obviously, but, like, their dads have, like, really, really, really strict, I don't know why, just having an but strict curfew, so in Ramadan, you can stay out till 11, you can go out for suhoor, you're at the masjid, or at 3 AM, so that's very, like, out of routine, so they like to take advantage of that in the not so positive way, so if that means you're going out to eat at 2 AM, is it beneficial? Is it necessary? Is it wasting your time? Could you be at the masjid reading Quran instead? Like, all these things are so important, and I would say 100%, like, get an accountability partner, write your goals down. We really, really, really want this Ramadan to change our lives, so we have to start now. We have to put in the work now so that when come Ramadan, we're really taking advantage of it. Your hasanat get doubled, the doors of Jannah are open, the shaitan is locked up. Like, it's such a blessing and it's such, like, it's something that low key a lot of us take for granted because we just think, okay, Ramadan's here, now we're fasting and we're, going out with our friends at 11 PM to go get pizza or whatever after Tarawih. Like, is that purposeful? Is that necessary? Is that what you need? I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not that deep. It's not this, it's not that." But, like, when you're old and, when Allah questions you on the day, you're gonna be like, "I wish I took way more advantage of it." So, make sure you're coming to Ramadan, make sure you're coming to the masjid, make sure you're volunteering, purify your intentions, reading as much Quran as you can, listening to lectures on your walks or when you're at the gym or when you're making a drive. Like, there's so many things that we could be doing, and I want us all to be able to, help each other in that aspect. Oh, this is what I'm doing to make myself to hold myself accountable. This is what I'm doing to cut out caffeine. This is what I'm doing to cut out music. This is what I'm doing to cut out a bad friend. Like, everyone can really help each other make sure we take the most out of this Ramadan. I absolutely love Ramadan. I love the feeling of it. I love the vibes of it. It's very, very special to me, and I just know that sometimes the hype and excitement of it, we can get lost in that rather than the beneficial side of it. So making sure that we're really, really purposeful with it and just yeah. I don't know if this was like girl please shush type of thing. This isn't really like my usual content, which is like I wouldn't say this is giving dawa at all. I'm not giving dawa. Nobody call me a dawa bro, please. I'm just sharing my own personal experience and goals, I guess. So many people like share their 75 hard and whatever it is. So that's really all this is. And I hope you guys benefited from it. And I hope you guys, hold yourself accountable and get an accountability partner and just make the best out of Ramadan so it can change your lives forever, inshallah. Anyways, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Again, like I said, this isn't my usual content, but I just wanted to share it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Um, don't leave hate because I'm very sensitive. So please just leave love, guys. Bye.